Nobody wants to wake up in the morning only to go to work a whole day in a toxic environment. You'll end up with mental health issues, which could then turn out to become physical issues. So, hi there, welcome again to Gifts Like Consulting podcast. Hope you're doing well. So today we're going to continue on our topic for this month on how to spot and deal with toxicity in a workplace. And this week, our focus will be on dealing with toxic employees. I bet you've been waiting for it, because last week I went quite hard on toxic leaders. But seriously, if we say we lead by example and a leader is being toxic, that's the worst case scenario you can have, because the message he or she is spreading is that it's okay to be toxic. And next time you see, the whole workplace culture is messed up, and you'll be working in a toxic environment, and that's just unbearable. Nobody wants to wake up in the morning only to go to work a whole day in a toxic environment. You'll end up with mental health issues, which could then turn out to become physical issues. So this is serious, okay? Now, on the employee side, some of the behaviors you need to be looking out for are, number one, bullying. And I'm talking about adult bullying, because unfortunately, some adults are only grown-up kids. They grow up in age, but in their minds, they're still teenagers. Sometimes they don't even see anything wrong with that. So some adult bullying may look like openly talking about something they know the other colleague feels very uncomfortable about, and then doing it intentionally just to make them feel miserable about themselves. It can also look like shaming a colleague in front of others, so you need to be looking out for those signs. If you see that there is a particular employee who seems detached from the group, find out if it's just a personality trait, like introverts sometimes like to be by themselves to recharge their energy, and that's okay? But if an employee is rather an extrovert type, and then all of a sudden they tend to separate themselves from a group, find out discreetly, either directly with them on a one-on-one meeting, or if they have close friends at work, you can discreetly ask them if everything is all right and if you could be of any help. Okay? Right, number two, another trait that can help you spot a toxic employee is excessive gossiping. You know, colleagues tend to talk with each other on their break time, and that's okay. But when all their conversations are on talking negatively about other people, that's a red flag too. And there are ways to draw awareness on this kind of behavior in the workplace, because sometimes people don't even see anything wrong with talking badly behind people's back. Listen, if you're hearing me and you behave like that at work, you need to stop. Because one way or the other, the people you're talking negatively about will get to know it. These are some of the things you can sense in your guts at some point. And would you be happy if someone else is doing that to you? I bet not, right? Right, moving on. Number three. The next thing you want to be looking out for is false witnessing. You know them employees who've made their full-time job to report what other people are doing? Like it's their passion. They live for that. Listen, you don't got work to do? Or maybe I'm paying you too much free time, since you have all this spare time to come and report other people's work. And very often, it is bad report. Listen, managers, if you have an employee like that in your team, I would advise you to check on their own job at some point. Because who knows, maybe they do that to turn your attention to someone else's work because they know they've messed up big time in their own work. So they don't want you to notice it. That's why they always come and give you bad reports on other people. Or maybe the other colleague is putting in a lot of work to keep the workflow moving, and they are in good position to get a promotion. And because of that, they are mad. They don't want other people to be promoted, so they are coming to stab them in the back. Seriously, like how old are you? This is childish behavior. You need to stop that and grow a bit, okay? Right. Lastly, number 4, the last red flag you need to look out for is aggressivity. Is an employee aggressive? physically or verbally? And have they always been like that? Or you've just noticed they have changed recently? If such behavior is not your normal behavior, don't jump quickly into conclusions. Find out what's going on with them. Maybe they are having some tough time either in their personal lives or at work. So call them aside, have a one-on-one discussion with them, and see if they're going through anything they need some help. But sometimes, not everyone would like to share what they're going through. So don't force your way through. Give them some time, but firmly let them know that such behavior cannot be tolerated in a workplace. And pay attention. Sometimes in the heat of their anger, they can spill out what's wrong with them. For instance, they might say something like, "Oh, you have a roof over your head, so you think you are all that, huh?" And that could give you a hint that maybe they are being evicted or something like that. And that way you can be more specific on how you can help them, okay? But whatever the case is, if you have an employee who treats other colleagues in any of these ways, you need to call them aside and give them a firm warning. Draw awareness on how their behavior is affecting the team, because on the long run, it may affect your clients as well. And you don't want that, do you? And very important, you need to follow up to see that those behaviors have stopped. Don't just address it and then leave it like that, okay? Right, that'll be it for today. Next week, we'll see more on how to handle tough behaviors in a workplace. So stay tuned. See you next time. Bye-bye.
I used to hear stories about this place where you can be safe, and all of the things that worry you fade away, 'cause they don't hold weight in it. I found it hard to believe, 'cause how could a place like that be a reality? And then I found it for myself, now I don't wanna leave. So much better than what I was told. No, it ain't nothing like I've ever felt before. Trying to sum it up, but words escape me. All I know is I'm so in love with this place. I wanna spend every minute of my days in it. 'Cause when I'm here, I'm no longer afraid. And there's a remedy for all of my pain. There's a peace I feel that cannot be explained in it. Doors are always open. Don't matter if you're broken, you can go inside. All the weight you're holding, be gone within a moment. You're free now, free to receive all that you need, more than you could ask for. This serenity will never live. Everything in it is pure. It's so amazing. The more you get lost and hit, the more you end up finding yourself. You can be all that you are. You don't have to perform and act like you're somebody else. No more hiding. Just let go. There's no place you be more safe than here. You can let out all your tears. Feelings always near. Trying to sum it up, but words escape me. All I know is I'm so in love with this place. I wanna spend every minute of my days in her. 'Cause when I'm here, I'm no longer afraid. And there's a remedy for all of my pain. There's a love I feel that can only be gained. Oh, yeah. No problems. Healing for I love your trauma. No more suicidal thoughts. All anxiety gotta stop. No more change. All addiction must break. Everything around you changes. I used to hear stories about this place, and now I have tasted and seen that it's good. It's your presence, Lord.
This is serious, okay?